Okay, now this is a continuation of reason versus an excuse, right? But what I want to talk about is like I'm a union man, branch 1091, the United States Postal Service union, right? And what I never could understand about being in a union is we the workforce, right? But it's like we negotiate to be someone else's blessing. And they who don't or can't or won't do the job is telling us that they don't have enough money for the heartbeat of their organization. Now, what I can't understand is this, right? If a union produces something, because workers, we produce, we do something, why would the company be worried about money and not production? You see what I'm saying? Okay, like the movie actors and the writers. You create the content. What you need them for? If you all make if the writers make a agreement with the actor, then what is the problem over the money? You see what I'm saying? If you don't create the content, there's no money to argue over. See what I'm saying? But the person with no skin in the game, only money. And see that's what and see when I got into business, when I went from being an employee to the owner of my company, then I started seeing the problem. See, mismanagement of the product creates an economic shortfall, right? Now, but when you start getting money from so many different sources, right? Like the stock market, or when you start getting investors in the project, what happens is the investors want more back on their return than the content produced, right? So now you have a contract with a contract, and that's what you employ you writers and you actors don't understand. See, I'm in it, right? Because I work for the United States Postal Service. It was based on stamps, and we the government, so it wasn't supposed to be based on nothing but service. But when they started talking about money, and I'm saying when you give back the money to the government, see, it's only two government entities that make money. One is the post office and the other is the IRS. But the IRS is not owned by the government. It owns the government. If you look at it, see, J.P. Morgan Chase, he the one owned, J.P. Morgan, right? He, not Chase, excuse me. He on that's in that banking thing. But you got to go back to look at this thing, how they built America. See, it was J.P. Morgan, John Rockefeller, and Steve Carnegie. See, they all was together because they was all financiers, right? They was all the richest people, right? But amongst that was the tyrant, the tricker of them all. That was J.P. Morgan, right? So to get the Niagara Falls deal, to get all of the electricity, he had broke the stock market. See, then by America being indebted in that stock market, he then started that Federal Reserve. See, they used the name of America, but you got to see how it started. That's why America is indebted. That's why we have a national debt. So if we indebted, how do we own it? See, that's mismanagement of it. See, now by me going and learning off of revenue that I made. You see what I'm saying? I built my economy based off of effort, not money. See, that's why I'm trying to show y'all the difference. See, so when they took the money, all I had to do was keep doing what I did, right? But see, now people need money, and I'm trying to say that's the mismanagement of it all. Because if you have too many investors, right? Say a movie, they take up say $50 million to make a movie, right? Well, those investors who that person sold that strip to, well, they get their money off the top, right? Now they make a deal with the big actors because they get their money off the top. Now the writers, the stage play people, see, you get the straps because you just in the business. So they using your passion for the business to get them the best at a low price, right? So now, once they make it, once they getting $20 million a movie, they start forgetting about when they had to buzz tables and wait on that phone call. See, now they prima donnas, right? Because they can turn down a role that you wish you could have. But see, with YouTube and all of these different avenues, right? You can now write your own strips, make your own deals. Now you don't need much money because you the writer, the actor and actress, you the owner of the content. Now once you get you a YouTube channel or whatever, however you're gonna produce, because now it's just different avenues, right? So why would you strike to go strike a deal? See what I'm saying? If you gonna strike, you need to make a deal. See what I'm saying? Don't strike to go strike a deal with the person you just struck. You see what I'm saying? Now you should see how you can cut them out the deal. That's what they do to you. That's why you striking. You see what I'm saying? You striking because the deal bad. But now you need to see what you offer to yourself, not to the person that done gave you a bad deal. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Like when I was in court, why would I want to strike a deal with a person just fired me? And they did it illegally. So now, why would I want to make a deal with you, man? You need to go to prison. I need to make a deal with the people like me. See, so say if the beast is the most subtle in the field that the Lord God had made, right? Then why would I want to make a deal with a subtle beast? It's still a beast, whether it's a nice beast, subtle beast, cunning beast. It's still all of it is a beast. Now, if I'm not an animal, then that beast is not my kind. See what I'm saying? So if I'm a worker, why would I make a deal with an owner? See, I go make a deal with a boss. See, who think they're an owner, so you can show them the differences, because now you can say, see that owner right there? They not working. They got you working. See, you say you're a boss, but really you're a supervisor. You just supervising your own stuff. So now, if you mismanage your supervision as a boss, then you'll be back as an employee. But an owner, see, if an owner mismanage, right, then they go back to being a boss. See, they friends hire them back because they know they may not know how to manage money, but they know how to manage people. See, that's why bosses in a corporate structure is just a supervisor, right? But the supervisor go into private business and say he a boss, right? But the actual owner know, because they got the product, they got the content. See what I'm talking about? So if you are a producer of anything, like that's what I'm producing this content, right? So I know that I'm content. So why would I sell myself? Why not sell my content? So I'm on strike, right? Because I'm saying, well, I put in my emancipation. I don't want to work for you no more because I have value. I have value of how to take your value. Now, you become a threat then now because you're taking and they wanted to give you. See, think about it. They wanted to give me time, whether it's in prison, they done gave me 15 years without my wife and children. But I chose how I did the time. See what I'm saying? See, I couldn't whatever was they was gonna fire me because I had no power over their actions, but I had power over my actions or my reaction to their action. See what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to teach my children, because say I had a father, I know my father, right? But if we both are in a situation where our manhood is under attack, then my father way of dealing with his attacker would be different than the way I deal with it because of the times, right? Now, my father was born in a time where it was colored only bathrooms. See, all that, he had to deal with segregation and all that. Now, me, I wasn't born under that openness of hatred, right? I was born in the turn of it, right? Like now, the thing that we see and we take for granted, see, back when I was little, it wasn't like that. You see, we took pride in being able to do this, pride in being able to do that. But see, the spirit of evil is an evil spirit. So that means everything it does have evil intentions. So if you're caught up in a current of evil, then it seems like everything is okay until you try to catch yourself. See what I'm saying? And once you catch yourself, you find yourself. And once you find yourself, you center yourself. Once you center yourself, then you change, right? Now you start going the opposite way. But who know you going the right way when the current is taking them away? So that's why the first person is the changer of the current. See, that's why they call it current events. See what I'm saying? Because the event then changes the whole thing. Because now you have evil standing in the same generation with good, because somebody chose good over money, right? So that's what the Bible say, right? A good name is worth more than gold, silver, and rubies, right? Because at that time, gold, silver, and rubies was worth more than that money you got in your pocket. So see, value has changed, right? Just like names change. But see, you only get one opportunity to defend your name, right? So see, this is what I'm telling people who judge me. I'm saying, well, if you was attacked in your name, how can you call the name Jesus and not be a blasphemer? Right? See, they not asking you what Jesus did to cleanse your sins. They asking you, why did you commit that sin? Right? Now, how can you then say, or you should be able to say, well, Jesus died for me to commit that sin. And then you will see that the sin was that he died. Because it was against the law for him to die. But you say he was born to die. And I'm saying, who was born to live?